Imagine standing on a bustling dock, the salty sea breeze tousling your hair as fishermen haul in their daily catch. Among them is a man, not preparing to sail but to flee. This is Jonah, a prophet with a mission he desperately wishes to avoid. Jonah, son of Amittai, was a prophet during the reign of Jeroboam II, around 793 to 753 BC. One day, God commanded him to go to Nineveh, the capital of Assyria, and deliver a dire warning. Their wickedness had reached its peak, and judgment was imminent. But Jonah's heart was filled with disdain for the Assyrians, known for their cruelty and as enemies of Israel. Instead of heeding God's call, Jonah decided to escape. He headed to Joppa, a port city, and found a ship bound for Tarshish, a destination believed to be in the opposite direction of Nineveh. Boarding the vessel, Jonah sought to flee from God's presence, hoping distance would absolve him of his divine duty. As the ship sailed into open waters, a violent storm erupted, threatening to shatter the vessel. The sailors, seasoned mariners, were terrified. They cast lots to determine who was responsible for this calamity, and the lot fell on Jonah. Confronted, Jonah confessed his defiance against God and urged them to throw him overboard to calm the storm. Reluctantly, the sailors complied. As Jonah plunged into the raging sea, the storm ceased, leaving the sailors in awe of God's power. But Jonah's ordeal was far from over. In the depths, a massive fish, prepared by God, swallowed him whole. For 3 days and 3 nights, Jonah remained in the belly of this creature, a living tomb. Inside the fish, Jonah prayed, acknowledging his disobedience and expressing gratitude for God's mercy. He vowed to fulfill his mission. Moved by Jonah's repentance, God commanded the fish to release him, and Jonah was vomited onto dry land. Given a second chance, Jonah journeyed to Nineveh. Entering the city, he proclaimed that in 40 days Nineveh would be overthrown. To his astonishment, the people believed his message. From the king to the commoners, they fasted, donned sackcloth, and repented of their evil ways. Even the animals were covered in sackcloth, a profound display of collective remorse. Witnessing their genuine repentance, God spared the city from destruction. However, Jonah was displeased. He had anticipated Nineveh's downfall and felt betrayed by their deliverance. Seeking solace, he left the city and constructed a shelter, waiting to see what would become of Nineveh. To teach Jonah a lesson in compassion, God caused a plant to grow, providing him with shade. Jonah was grateful for the comfort, but the next day, God sent a worm to wither the plant and a scorching wind to distress Jonah. In his misery, Jonah lamented the loss of the plant. God then addressed Jonah's misplaced compassion, pointing out that he grieved for a plant he neither nurtured nor sustained. Yet he showed no concern for Nineveh, a vast city with over 120,000 inhabitants who had turned from their wickedness. The story concludes with this poignant lesson on mercy and the value of all lives. The tale of Jonah is more than an account of a man swallowed by a fish. It's a profound narrative about obedience, repentance, and the boundless compassion of God, even towards those we might deem undeserving. It challenges us to reflect on our prejudices and understand that mercy can extend beyond our boundaries. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of Jonah's journey. If this story resonated with you, please like, share, and subscribe to Dynamis Faith Media for more captivating biblical narratives.